4 more. So total of 8 bales. I would probably keep this load if we had animals that needed hay, straw, yellow stuff that they can't necessarily gain food from. Okay, let us do that. That's a good thing. Set it to drive. I think for the most part we haven't had too much of a problem. The only tractor that has a problem is the Zerion with the grain cart. That's a little bit of a tricky entrance to get in and out of. Everything else, even this car, has worked out quite nicely here. Do. Do some in-cab driving for a bit. Don't do that very often. I think it makes the engine sound of the tractor a little bit louder because we have the camera offset quite a ways from where we're at. So, I mean, I'm not planning to end the stream right now, but thinking ahead, next stream will be Saturday, 1st of June. Good grief, it's June already. Okay, so I might do some reorganisation of field boundaries, and whilst not necessarily joining the fields quite yet, I might schedule that for the next stream, so we'll plough the fields together. Not sure if I will need to... that's awkward. I might get myself a soil analysis tool and analyse the joined up bits myself rather than paying an agronomist to do it for me. Normally I get an agronomist in to analyse the fields. It does cost more than doing it yourself, but it's just a little bit easier. Okay, now I have to press that button. Ooh, I'm getting it mostly right. Press that button again and press reset. And we'll jump back into the tractor. Alrighty. So that's all our income, that's all our immediate income for the farm from those 3 fields. It should actually, I mean, it's getting a little bit dark, but I think what I'll do, I'll check on when the weather's happening. But maybe what I'll do is do the mulching today, or get a worker to do the mulching. You can bring the farm truck back. I might do some hedge and tree trimming while we let the rain pass, depending on when the rain's happening. I'm going to park this down the side here. That looks good. We have to cycle through the lights. So on the old throttle, what I had set up was a button for the normal lights, a button for high beam, a button for the front work lights, and a button for the back work lights. So I could turn them all on and off independently. With the new farm stick, that's not so much of a thing. Alrighty, let's park ourselves right about here. And of course, the usual. Back, cancel back. It's going to start here. Let it go. And turn that on. Turn the lights on. And come on, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. And the tractor's gone. Yes. I'm thinking this is probably the quicker way to the yard. Unless I wanted to drive through our grass fields, which is an option, because we own them, so they're mine. I can drive on them if I want. Where is the turn? There. I wonder if there's another level of lights here. Oh yeah. There, I can see what I'm doing now. I might stick this round in the service part of the yard. I don't think I can make that. Okay. So definitely a big consideration for getting rid of this big giant maintenance shed and just putting a service shop in the farm. I wonder, actually, okay, so the service trailer is actually selected and does, all we get is the rear lights, so we've only got lights on the truck. Yeah. Kind of suspected. Okay, so everybody's out and about. Check the weather. Good plan. He's on the second lap. Weather. It's sunny until 1 o'clock in the morning. Early morning rain, and tomorrow is going to be sunlight all day. So, let's go down here and have a look what's out there. There's a ton of baling contracts. I could pick a group like that. That's hay. That's silage. That's silage. So those two are silage. I could take those two. That's 10. That's silage. That's tedding. So we've got 2 fields that could be cultivated. We've got a lot of fields that could be fertilised, and then we. Oh wow. We actually have more. 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 fields that could be harvested. 93, I think, is close to us. let's do details on, then we'll be able to see on the map. 93. I thought 93. Yeah, 93 is right here. So it's just round the corner from where we are. That's possible. I think there's a couple over here. That one, 13, and 18. And 18, then we've got 22, 44, 49 and 50. Twenty-two's there, and then 44 is down the bottom here. 44, 49, 50. So 7 harvesting contracts. We could think about doing those tomorrow. Think what I might do. We'll watch this guy finish his job. Maybe what I'll do is I will switch him to yellow. So we'll be able to see when he hits the exit or when he hits the stop point. Yeah, it's a dude. So this isn't going to take long. He's probably got about 3 or 4 more rows. Maybe 4, 3, something. We'll need to get into the corners. And then this field is done as well. We can look at this map. So how we got, that one's up to 90, that one we didn't touch. This one's up to 91, 92. This one's still down at 69. We should get a good jump to 80-ish on this one. I think the pH is a little bit bad still. But next year that will be improved. We could go out liming our fields. That's an option. 95 and 99, we don't own those two. They're a little bit pricey at the moment, but there is the potential to blow out this entire area into one big field. If we wanted to, we could do the same for our grass fields. I'm less inclined, well, I was going to say I'm kind of less inclined to do our grass fields, but I don't know. That might be worth a thought. Obviously down here, that's still under sensors. Okay. So lime wants to be about that. Actually, that field looks very well limed. So yeah, this is where that field probably needs new data next time we harvest it. But these fields definitely need a boost in lime. They're not looking very healthy at the moment. This one looks on the verge of excellence, especially when you look at the soil map here. Obviously, all of these are going to need to be fertilized, but not until we have a crop in the ground. And we haven't harvested that field, so there's no yield data. So my thoughts are, this field here I'm not going to merge. And this field here is just surrounded by roads. You could cut those trees down by 86 and merge 108 into 86. That's a possibility. but not something I would plan to do right now. You could even merge it into 85 and surround it by roadway. But as a standalone for our farm, this field can't be increased. This field could be merged with 76, but I'm not really fussed about that. Now, this field here, how much does this one cost? It's only plus 29. What other field was I thinking? Those three fields together would work. That one is horrible silty clay. That one is sandy loam, so slightly better. But currently they're expensive, so maybe 110 is the next field I want to buy, but after it's been harvested. I do want to cut a little swath into those trees when I buy that land there. 130. What do we think about combining 132 and 131? Horrible land. Oh no, actually, sandy loam. It's still a low quality at 60%. Nah. So 109, 125, 126 would work together. Although I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure that plots. I'm not even sure these plots are continuous either. When you look at them, there might be a gap between the fields, which means I don't own the land. I can't see that. Is that really a thing? I don't know. Anyway, enough about thinking about land. Let's see how this guy's doing. He's about to start his last row. And then we'll come back, do the edges in the dark. And I'll leave the mulching rollers on this. I think we can detach the tractor because we've got a month before we get to mulch the other field. So hopefully with me in the cab as well, this should just leave it as is. If you're not in the vehicle when the worker stops, it'll fold up the roller and turn off all the lights and the tractor. I think because we're here, nope, it's going to fold up the tractor. Didn't really want you to do that, but okay. Didn't turn the engine off, no. That's a small mercy. Okay, let's go roll the edge of this field. Or whatever we're doing. What are we doing? Mulching. Mulch the edge of this field. Once this one's done, what is the time? We're coming up on 11. So yeah, we're only got one more field that needs mulched. We might need to mulch the fields what have maize in them, because that's going to be a thing that needs done. And then we'll be done mulching, but I think the next thing I need to do Next thing I'm going to need to do is spread lime on these fields, and I can do that with either the New Holland or the Massey Ferguson, so I'm not in any great concern which one of those I use. Obviously we can take the harvester out and do the harvestable contracts, and I think I'm inclined to do that. That would be worth our while. I'm not going to swath any of the fields, so I'm not going to collect any of the bales. Even if I do have earn money from bales on contracts, I'm not inclined to do it. We'll get paid for the contract. That's all we're really being asked to do. And there's no point, especially some of the fields that are a long way away. All of the bale sell points are at this edge of the map. So if you're not on our farm, it's just going to be a long drive to get them done. Okay, this is not the easiest piece of equipment to play with. Still, this should be the last piece that I need to do. So I should be able to drive it straight into the corner in front of us, fold it up and leave the field. I am coming in from the wrong angle, but that's just the way it is. That's done. Fields are mulched. If I look at the field map, they are now not harvested. They're nothing. Let's turn off needs rolling. Let's turn off needs ploughed. And all of these fields have been mulched. Actually, we've done quite a good job mulching. Obviously, there's corners like this where we're just not getting in to harvest the crop there. So that never gets... There's never a crop there, so it never gets mulched. We do need to plough this field, which I think I forgot to do. This field has a horrible coverage ploughed, but that's a maize field. So as soon as we harvest that field, that's going to need to be ploughed. That's going to need to be ploughed, and that's going to need to be ploughed. So I could get... I think the Axion can pull the plough. I could get the plough out on field 100. Get that done tomorrow. If I'm doing that... Oh, we have to wait until that field's... I could cut the trees along this tree line and the hedge along that hedge line and merge those two. You know, once the ploughing's done in that field, I could plough these two fields together. We'll see how that works out. It's a good job for day 2 of the month. So if we put back needs rolling, we never ended up rolling that field, which is why the yield wasn't the bestest best. It was adequate. So let's depart. And I don't want the other field along the road yet because it's full of corn. I'd let that... I think that's full of corn. This field here, we're on the weed page, that's covered in weeds. It's growing, so until that gets harvested, I don't really want to buy it, because the environmental score on that field is going to be horrible. But as soon as it's been harvested, we can go out there and by that one and merge it into the other two, our forage fields will have been foraged. Somewhere here, there's a turn. Yes. As I said, we'll keep the mulching rollers on for now because we are going to have a bunch of fields that need mulched before we get any seed in the ground and have to start rolling things. Jump out to here. And I'll just pull up here. Get all this one cleaned off. I mean, I'm going to be sticking a lime spreader on the back of this, so it is what it is. But yeah, we'll look at doing some contract harvests. And that will be the phone. Robot thing. Okay, so let's park this back where we got it from. I think I'm gonna I'll do a horsepower check on the various bits of equipment we have lying around. I want to use tomorrow. Ooh, that's a little bit close, but